Welcome back, Troglodytes, to another episode of Trogly's Guitars. We kind of have an unusual visitor today. This is a 1954 Gibson LG2, which is basically a mid-entry level Gibson guitar back from the 50s. Compare it to a low-grade LG1 or the high-end J45 or J200. This is kind of that smack dab in the middle. It's kind of a beginner's guitar, but definitely still good enough to play on gigs. I mean, these are very well-respected guitars now, and this is a beautiful example. It's obviously in vintage condition, has a few repaired cracks that we'll go over, but overall is a solid player. The fretboard is a Brazilian rosewood, which is gorgeous and dark, has nice wood grain as you can see here, up and down. The frets show, minimal wear, nothing too extremely bad that you'll have to worry about. Now, one thing to note about this guitar is the action is at 0.16 inches at the 12th fret, so it's a little bit high. You could need to do a neck reset somewhere in the future for this guitar, but as far as cowboy chords go, and up till about, I would say, the 10th fret, it's fairly comfortable. 12th, I mean, you can still play it, but anything past that, you're starting to get a little high, but it's not too bad. The saddle has been kind of filed down as far as it can go. You could probably get a little bit more, but not too much, so we're going to be straight up and honest about that here. In the back of the guitar, we do have two repaired cracks that Sweetwater did in Fort Wayne, Indiana. They cleated one of them and glued the other one. There is a slight difference in surface area here where you can kind of still feel that, but at least it has been repaired, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. You also have another one right here, kind of stops down here. Hopefully that's showing up for you guys. Now on the front, you have a crack here that was deemed stable. Nothing needs to be done, but it is there, so you should know about it. And then up here, there was one that we're not sure if it was repaired or not, but it's been there, probably a good 30 years or so, and it seems stable. There's also a small, it's either a crack or a scratch here that's been touched up. We'll look at that under black light here in a little bit. But besides that, it's got nice X bracing, mahogany back, sides, neck, spruce top, and once again that Brazilian rosewood fretboard. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the condition of the guitar. Starting at the face of the headstock, you can see a lot of beautiful vintage checking here. As we move it in the light, you've got a few light dings kind of right here, but just checking all over. It's a beautiful example. Original tuners, original truss rod cover. Truss rod still functions. You've got some light wear and tear at the top here, but nothing too bad. I mean, it's in good vintage condition. I mean, if you can get past some repaired cracks that keep the price down, it's a really good player. It appears to be the original nut. Once again, the frets are in good shape, no need to worry there. You don't have the typical cowboy chord areas worn down. It's actually a pretty good player yet. Original beautiful dot inlays. And we'll take a look at the top here. I've already went over the cracks, but now you can just see the beautiful crazing and checking. I mean, this is a beautiful vintage Sunburst guitar here. I mean, you've got some, nicks and dings in general, as you're seeing here, especially in the shoulder armrest area here. But overall, beautiful example here. Take a look at the back of the headstock here. Somebody put their social security number on here, which is very common back in the old days, because if somebody steals your guitar, hey, that's my guitar, that's my social security number. But, modern day, if you're still alive, now somebody has your social security number. So kind of give and take, bad, good, but it's there. It's just a piece of history. As you can see, lots of finish checking on the back. On the back of the neck here, there is an area that looks like it could be a stress crack, but it really just feels like a finish check that, over time, I mean, this is your main playing area that's kind of got some dirt and grime buildup and it's kind of chipped away a little bit. I don't believe it's a crack, but it could be, so keep that in mind with your offer. But there's a lot of, light wear and tear on the neck's finish here, but nothing too extremely bad. Take a look at the back of the guitar here. You've got some, moderate buckle wear, but nothing too incredibly bad. Just your average light wear and tear here. Take a quick look under black light here. You can see the face of the headstock's in good shape. You've got some light wear and tear to the finish on the top, but nothing too bad. Here's where you're going to see those cracks and repairs a little bit more. This is that one that I say is probably more of a touch-up, but I guess it could be a glued crack area, but it looks more like a touch-up to me. But in this lighting, you can really see that beautiful crazing of the finish. It looks very nice, and you can see your picking wear, strumming wear, things like that. You can see where the two-piece top was put together there. And there's that other repair that doesn't need to be done area. Original pickguard. It's good shape. Here's where you can see the social security number again. Original tips. And here's that area we're talking about here that we don't know 100% sure. And we'll let you make your own judgment if you're interested in this guitar. But that is there. It really looks like it's just, it follows that finish check line there. It follows it on down. It just looks like the finish has chipped in these areas. I don't believe it's a crack. It's kind of a weird crack in the heads and the neck, but it could be. So we've got a few light nicks in the finish on the back of the neck, but nothing that really obstructs play too much. Once again, the two Sweetwater repaired cracks back here. But nothing else too bad. Take a look at the sides. It doesn't look like the neck has ever been out on this one. But once again, you might choose to get that done at some point in time. A little hard to see there, but it weighs 3 pounds, 12.9 ounces. This vintage Gibson guitar comes in a modern TKL case. It's a pretty good fit. It's not 100% perfect, but we'll show you the fit here. But you've got some nice tears in the Tolex. I mean, it's got a cool little vintage vibe, even though it's a fairly modern case. It has 1, 2, and looks like 3 latches, a nice gray interior, and it fits the guitar fairly well. It has a single neck support, and the headstock's not touching the back of the case or anything. But as far as up and down movement, there is some, as you can see here, and side to side, it's got a little bit. I mean, as long as you're not, tossing this thing around, I wouldn't give this to an airline like this, but, put a little extra bubble wrap in the case and it's a perfect fit. If you're interested in this guitar, feel free to check out Ron's Gear Garage on reverb.com, where this guitar is listed for sale, or check out the link in the description. Alright, Troglodytes, I hope you enjoyed this special edition of Trogly's Guitars. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.